Hi and welcome to the second video in our series of 7, and this one is all about inviting people. So tell us why that's so important.
Well, there's really two activities that make you money in this business. That's inviting and presenting. Those are the golden two.
Yeah.
You know, there's a gentleman named Randy Gage, high school dropout who became, guess what, a multi-millionaire in network marketing. Mm-hmm. There's so many of those stories in the industry, but he says, look, every other activity is not making you money. Here's how you make money. You invite and you present. Mm-hmm. So when we start talking about inviting, you know, there's this concept of being in a hurry and having something that you want to take away, and those are really, really true and needed. But the amazing thing about Organo Gold is that I believe inviting is the easiest thing in the world, because I really prefer to lead with the coffee. We prefer to lead with the sampling.
Yeah.
We get people to taste the coffee, to drink the coffee, to see how they feel. Maybe, right, initially you feel them out, you get connected to them, say, I'd like you to try a box, let's follow up in a week. So one of the things that you always do, is you book a meeting from a meeting. The acronym is BAM, right? Book a meeting from a meeting. So guess what? As Eric Worre says when he samples people, hey, if I share with you these healthy, delicious sachets of gourmet coffee, would you drink them? Sure you would. Cool. Yeah. When do you normally drink your coffee? Well, I drink it about 8 a.m. That's fabulous. Would it be okay if I got your contact information and followed up with you at 8:05? Yeah, sure, cool. I want you to dial this number. Pull out your cell phone. Boom, 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 boom. They dial the number. Guess what? Your phone rings. You just captured their number, and then you immediately reply back. Pete, Bob Rakowski here. You can have this texted in, right?
Yeah.
Where you just cut and paste it. I'll be following up with you at 8:05. Put it in your electronic planner. The alarm goes off when you follow up. Very, very simply. By the way, I text it back to them and expect confirmation. So they've confirmed they'll follow up. They've given you a number. They've texted back your reply. They're expecting it at 8:05. And when you call them, hey, this is Bob calling as promised. How did you love the coffee? What'd you like most about it? Boom. Just like that.
It's absolutely essential. And let's look at one of the factors that can affect your effectiveness of doing that. And that's your belief. Your belief. I'm sure you all believe in the product. I mean, if you don't believe in the product, you don't believe in Ganoderma, then, you know, listen, you need to step away from the business. The other thing is then, which is I think much more apparent, is the belief you have in yourself. So look, if I want you to feel motivated, if I want you to feel relaxed or calm, whatever it is, if that's how I want you to feel, I've got to go first. So I'm inviting you to something. I need to feel excited or however I want you to feel, motivated to take action. And I think one of the things I've learned from you a lot is, look, and actually my dad has always said this, look, if you're going to do something, do it. You know, if you're going to say you're going to do something, do it. So if you're going to say you're going to follow someone up, you need to do that. Otherwise you're just showing yourself down to be, you know, poor. But if you do contact someone after for that feedback or to invite them and they haven't done what you've asked them to do, then ask them to do it again and then book another time to call them. I think one of the key words in this business is your relentlessness, but you're only going to be effective by believing in in yourself. It's absolutely essential.
Well, yeah, and it's not just you. There's a lot of beliefs that have to be there. You have to believe in the company, you have to believe in the product, you have to believe in the compensation plan, you have to believe in yourself. And you talk to all the top people in this business, are simply the best in the history of the game, Mr. Holton Buggs, and he said, look, if I could do it all over again, I would have believed bigger, I would have believed faster. So listen, your belief may not be sky high when you start. You may have to then pass up the chain. You say, look, I'm relatively new to this business, but I want to connect you with one of my business partners. I want to put you on a 3-way call with a guy who I call the British Tony Robbins, with the guy who's written 14 different self-help books, the guy who's a walking pick-me-up, and you connect him to Mr. Pete Cohen on a 3-way call. And when you're having that call, the first thing you've done, you've edified him, and guess what? He's going to edify right back. He's going to say, we are so glad to be talking with you. Let me tell you, the young man or young lady that you've just connected with is a ball of fire. They're ready, willing, and able to grow a massive team, and I'm here to help all of you in every way. So how can I help you? What questions do you have, right? And use that 3-way. I understand it's profoundly underutilized here.
Oh, yeah.
My son has built, now at this point, a multi-million-dollar industry, a multi-million-dollar personal business with nearly the exclusive aid of three-way calling. He's on fire, he's got belief, he's the king of the cold call, but he's the king of the three-way, and he passes them right up the chain to people that build belief.
So you can see what we're talking about here. This is why this is such a great business, because if you don't grow personally and professionally, you know, you're not going to grow. So inviting people, what are we inviting them to? I know that might sound really obvious, but what are we inviting them to?
Well, we're inviting them to look at something. That's it. We don't want to give any more data than that. Look, I got something I'm really excited with you. And then I like this quote from Ryan Chamberlain. Obviously, we wouldn't want you to, you know, make a decision based on incomplete information. We need to schedule a time where we can sit down, whether it's a one-on-one, a two-on-one. We like to call them CJMs. Here in the UK, you like to call them coffee clubs, but there are strength in numbers. You know, if you have two presenting on one, that's a lot more powerful than one-on-one. When you have a group, the group energy is there. So we want to move them to invite them to the next obvious phase. And by the way, sometimes the next obvious phase is an online video, right? Yeah. There's plenty of people that I say, if I send you a link, 11 minutes and 30 seconds to the amazing health benefits of this herb, would you watch it? When do you think you could watch it by? Cool. I will call you at 6:05 p.m. and then when you call back, hey, this is Bob calling as promised. How'd you like that amazing video? What do you think of the King of Herbs? Listen, someone watches that, there's no way they don't want to put it in their body.
So there's that video. There's a couple of videos I'm going to be putting up quite shortly of longer presentations of Dr. Bob talking about Ganoderma and the application in sport. Another one just about the general health benefits. You can also use jointeamcohen.com. You could send someone to that. It'll take them 50 minutes to go through the whole thing. There's the Holton Bugs video on its own, the coffee that pays. There's another webinar that I did with Dr. Bob. There's loads of stuff that you could say to people, I want you to go and watch this. Please go and watch this, and then commit to that follow-up and follow them up. And then once you've got them back, what is it that you then are trying to get them to do? To sit them down and to present the business to them?
You're going to bam fam again. When you sit down, what did you like most about it? Now,
that's a great question. What did you like most about it?
And Eric Worre will then hey, from 0 to 10, let me ask you, what do you think? 0 is, look, I got zip zero, no interest at all whatsoever. 10 is, I'm all in, where are you at? They might say they're at a 5 or 6. The next question is, what information do you need to take you to a 7 or an 8? And they might say, well, yeah, I really don't understand the compensation plan. Cool, neither do I, but what I do know is it's the biggest in the history of the game. So what would you like? Would you like a series of 10-minute videos that explains each of the steps? Do you want an 18-page write-up? Or do you want a 100-minute summary by the king himself, Mr. Holton Bugs? Whatever you want, bam fam them to that level, and guess what? If I send you this, when would you read it? When would you watch it? Yeah. Cool. Would it be okay if I followed up with you? Boom, call. Hey, what'd you like about the compensation plan? Listen, it's there. The tools are there. You do need to learn how to use a few of them, but the first tool you need to learn is connect with people. The next tool is connect them to your upline, connect them to their dreams, move them forward in the process.
And that's why something which I'm just going to get, which is over here, is so important. So I will leave you in the capable hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Pete is getting, but I guarantee it's going to be gold. Again, he's a master motivator, but understand that people have their own issues, their own concerns. Some people have fear of loss. Some people are motivated for gain. That's why when you connect with them, you talk to them, you find out, what are your dreams? How can I help you to achieve your dreams?
And that's why this is so essential. This is basically your roadmap. It's your calendar to map your business. Let me show you here. So I am really in control of what I do, what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know who I've spoken to. I know that I invited them. This was a real struggle for me to start with, because I don't like structure. I like to just do a bit of this, a bit of that. But I realized by speaking to people, many people who are at the top of this business, asked them lots of questions, you know, what do you have to do? And they all said, stick to the basics, use the calendar, you know? And this is another resource, you know, you can present the business with your laptop or your iPad.
Presenting is the next opportunity.
Right, so that's what we're going to be looking at in the next video. This is falling apart. You'll see why presenting and how to present is such an important key. So is there anything else we want to say right now about inviting?
We love you.
We love you, man, and we'll see you on the next video.
We'll see
Thanks
you
for
at the top.
watching.
All right.